zone. Oakland Raiders touchdown. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield?
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for two fails.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
94.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to look deep for more. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, 52 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Raiders defense getting ready. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here? Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Now Allen to throw again. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Going for it on 4th down. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Well, he had the big run to get down there, so you got to let him finish it off, don't you?
I think so, but what I liked even more, the fact that he wanted to finish it off. How many times have we seen a guy break off a big run, and we see that universal sign where he's tapping his helmet to get me out of the game? No! Stay out on the field and enjoy the benefits.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Let's just take now a loose football. The ball comes out. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 18 Gators. Go tackle, let's go. We got this.
On first down, Allen. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Darryl Worley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, but it'll be second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw. It's caught. Jones. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays. And the defense loses him. It's complete. The 20. And Jones gets in for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go, baby.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Kill.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack.
59.
2nd and 13. And this is incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jones has it. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And Jones gets him for an Oakland touchdown. A big play there An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
At 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Automatic first down.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Allen going to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Benson Mayowa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. It was Darryl Worley there to knock that one free.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, look, you're not going to... And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, folks, we gave you a glance at the AFC playoff picture. Let's talk NFC playoff picture. Bit of a shakeup because the Niners and the Saints game and the Seahawks and the Rams. So San Fran back up the top spot. Then you have the Packers who defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And Jones gets in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
That's fielded in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes Zay Jones with the rest of his offense as they take the field. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game.
And Jones gets in for a Raider touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
Taken in at the 11.
We got this.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This complete to Jones. The 30. And Jones gets in for an Oakland touchdown. A big play there. 82 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Back now in the East Bay, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. I gotta tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's bring it. Hayward. Check.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking end zone for Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 54 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. That's fielded in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jalen Richard, 84 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Well, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder: offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. Carlson now to add the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
This will be fielded at the 17. Out comes Zay Jones with the rest of his offense as they take the field. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now. Because you're getting more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you...
And now look at him go. Past the 20. And Williams is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. They'll look to set up his blockers. And nothing but daylight ahead.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Tyrell Williams heading back out on the field now. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how...
That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes...
You throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Fielded just inside the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Notice
a big seam, and he might go all the way. And Williams is in for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams, 73 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's at least
she's on like the fifth tune.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vincent Mayoa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Hey, Alpha.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, he's going to look deep for more. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Their mobile quarterback. He flat out can't be stopped as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. We've seen this already from him in this game. Second time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus."
There he goes, right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Carlson on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And this will be taken at the 13. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Through an opening, and there he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Carlson now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Fielded at the 20. Tyrell Williams heading back out on the field now. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The throw complete here to Williams. The 40, the 20, 10, 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, you know, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to...
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And we'll see what he can do on the return.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Carlson on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The back.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Benson Mayowa getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, now backing up, and he's out of the end zone. The referee was right there to call it, and that is a safety.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus.
It's a foot race. 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And for the 3rd time now, this is going to wind up a safety. Unbelievable.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the bus.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And for the 3rd time now, this is going to wind up a safety. Unbelievable.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, start the buck.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. They had, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And for the 3rd time now, this is going to wind up a safety. Unbelievable.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Taking it about the 16. There he goes, right side. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, that last touchdown did nothing to affect the score here and who was going to win the game. But I know all of our fantasy friends were eagerly watching, and some people are dancing around happy right now.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.